All right. So today I wanted to talk to you about consistency and scheduling your daily five and creating and understanding your non-negotiables. See, I've been talking, oh gosh, sorry about that. I've been talking about lately about self-sabotage and why people fail and what happens during that process. And there's just a few success principles that people need to do in order to have the success that they're looking for. And John C. Maxwell, he's an author and very much a success coach. And he's someone that I have listened to over the years. And one of the things that he says to really get your mental and spiritual mind in check every single day to attain whatever it is that you're looking to attain is that you need to read. You need to read something positive, something inspirational, something that's going to educate you to get you to your goal. You need to ask questions and don't be afraid to ask questions from people who have been there, done that. You need to listen to other people and paraphrase back what they say to you. Write, daily write. Now, this is the part that I'm not very good about writing, but when I do listen to um, somebody else who has more knowledge than me on a subject, I do take notes, and that is super important. But what he's saying is that you need to do it daily. You need to be consistent because consistency is super important. So people who fail to accomplish their health goals, guess what? They're not consistent enough. They may not be asking questions. May not be sitting and writing and listening and seeking out further knowledge. But the main thing that we have to do is in order to get in shape, nobody's gotten into great shape by eating crappy food and not moving the body. Bottom line, bottom line, you need to move the body every day. And you need to do that movement, do a movement that you enjoy, that you love. It may be ballroom dancing. It may be country line dancing starting to be popular again. Woohoo! I love it. And that also works your mind because you got to learn the sequence of the dance. You got to show up daily. So let me see. I'm just reading off of my notes that I took when I was listening to John C. Maxwell. And you can't get healthy once in a while. You can't eat healthy food and think that once in a while I'll do that and then I'll be healthy. No, no. Eating bad food is damaging to your body. And when you eat bad food consistently and then you don't move your body in the right way enough of the time, guess what? You're going to have toxicity build up and it won't be able to remove from the body. So building a house, you got to understand that building a house, it takes the longest to build the foundation of a house before the house can be built. So you got to make sure that you really set the foundation, and that is done with consistent positive habits every single day. So the biggest reasons people fail is that they aren't consistent and they stop working towards their goal, because what happens when we're not consistent? We don't get the results. When we don't get the results, we get frustrated. When we're frustrated, we then blame it doesn't work, or that coach wasn't good enough, or she wasn't helpful enough. But you got to understand consistency is key, and you have to work through the resistance. Boy, there are times that I want to eat bad food, and sometimes I do, and sometimes my triggers get a hold of me. We're human. It's normal. It's natural. It's just how many times or how often are you going to allow the resistance to get you? So work through the resistance, because that is the path. Working through the resistance is the path forward to get you where you want to go. We all need to train ourselves through the resistance to get the results we are working towards. I think I just said that, so we're going to say it twice. When you do this, you will have a sense of accomplishment, and that releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitters, and to be empowered as a person. So we all want to feel empowered. We all want to feel like we've accomplished, but we only get there by working through the resistance. We only get there by being consistent. So consistency is key. I know I have a shiny thing here. We want to get to that sense of accomplishment, and it's a process. It's a process that we have to learn. So day by day, every single day, if you just get 1% better every day, by the end of the year, you're going to be 365% better. huge growth. Okay. So every day we got to keep doing it, keep moving, keep working through that resistance. Part of life is resisting the scoreboard, and don't compare yourself to other people because we're all different. We all have different burdens to carry, different upbringings, different traumas that we're working through. Just keep working on your own scoreboard, not somebody else's. And write this down. I know I'm being successful when dot, dot, dot. What is that for you? I know I am being successful when. These are things that we want to look at is what is it for us? And that's why every single day when we listen and we read and we write every day, we can start hearing one, the Lord's message, but two, what our heart and our soul is really working towards. So it's best to optimize your time when you give yourself this time. I like to do it in the morning as best to my ability and really work on doing the daily 5 and working on your non-negotiables. So let me see if I can explain this to you in a simple way. So you want to optimize your time by creating boundaries so you can accomplish what it is that you're looking to work on with your health. Okay. So that might be packing your lunch every day. That might be drinking all the water that you need every day. So you want to schedule in time to do these certain tasks. Building what you want will take sacrifice and it will take time, but that is what's pushing through the resistance. Okay. What piece of your life are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice your health because you're trying to make more money at your job? Are you willing to sacrifice time with family? What if you incorporated um, uh, spending time with your family while you're working out, taking walks together, going to the gym together, playing pickleball together? These are all movement pieces that can be enjoyable. Go country line dancing together, that you can do with your loved ones. So you're spending time with them and you're getting movement in. So try to stack the habits as much as your ability. Is your non-negotiable is that you're going to stop working at 4 o'clock every day so you can pick up your kids from school and go spend time with them. That means that you might have to get up earlier in the morning to get your work hours in, but so be it. That's the sacrifice, okay? So what are your non-negotiables or your daily 5? So let's start on daily 5. So my daily 5 is that I have to drink half my body weight in ounces in water every single day, okay? That's just water. That's not tea or the coffee or a sparkling water could include, but anything with caffeine, it doesn't include. So drink half of my body weight in clean filtered water. My other goal every single day, this is my daily 5, is 10,000 steps. So I don't have it on right now, but I usually have like an Oura ring on that helps me calculate my steps. And if at the end of the day I don't have enough, get my butt outside and I go walk. Let's say it's raining. Okay, so maybe you did a 20-minute HIIT workout. You can add steps that may not calculate as steps on your Oura ring or on your phone or whatever device you're using, but you did the movement is the point. So there is rooms for negotiation. I want to crowd out seed oils, sugar, and chemicals. Now, am I perfect on this one all the time? I'm not. I try, I do my best to my ability, but you want to crowd out those seed oils, sugar, and chemicals. So that's my food category. I do my best to sleep 8 hours a night. I may not always be sleeping, but I may be at least in bed, ready for sleep. So my goal is every single night sleeping 8 hours a night. And sometimes I exceed that. Yay, yay me. But I am a menopausal woman, so give me a little break here. But sleeping 8 hours a night, that means that if I need to get to bed by, 9:30 or 10 o'clock, that means an hour earlier, I am putting the screens away, getting the little tidbits of tasks that need to be done, so I can be in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock type of thing. Okay. My other daily 5 is pray. I need to pray and spend time with Jesus. That means that listening to my Bible app and my little daily scripture, reading from the Bible, devotional, what have you. But that is part of my daily 5. So drink half my body weight in ounces, 10,000 steps, or at least a good half hour to an hour workout, crowd out seed oil, sugar, chemicals, sleep 8 hours, and then pray with Jesus. Now, non-negotiables, it's a little bit different because these are not necessarily um, uh, goals. They're not goals, but it's the minimum necessary that I need to do in order to accomplish that bigger goal. These are things to keep us sane that we need to do to keep us sane. And they are consistent actions. Okay. And some people say, well, they could be the daily 5. Yeah, they could be. They could be interchangeable, but these are, I do my best to do as well. So protein at every single meal or every time I eat, high quality, mostly animal protein that I'm going to add in. Water intake, that's my non-negotiable. That's also my daily 5. I'm taking my supplements. Now, there are some days that I skip supplements just to give my body a break, or I may take half dose just to give my body a break, depending on where I'm at and how I'm feeling. But that is something I look at. Fasting, I fast 3 to 6 times a week. Now, that might be a longer fast, a 24-hour or a 36-hour fast. That might be a 15-hour fast. It might be a 20-hour fast. It all depends on kind of what I'm working on and what I'm doing. But intermittent fasting or longer fasts are something that I do at least 3 to 6 times a week, because when you fast, especially when you're in menopause, fasting is so good about keeping that blood sugar in check, that insulin level in check, and keeping those pathogens that cause havoc in our guts. Another one that might be a non-negotiable. Now, I don't always have to do this, but I pack my lunch if I'm going to be eating that day. So packing high quality food so I don't get trapped into a struggle where all I have is crappy foods to eat. So packing lunch might be something. And then also planning meals ahead for the week. So one day a week, I look at what my inventory is in my house. I look at my schedule and what I have in the schedule, what days I'll be at home, what days I'll be at work, what days I'm in a social engagement, what day I might be going out to eat. I plan ahead, and then I go shop and make that grocery list. I shop, and then I will prep some of those foods. I might make some things ahead of time. Maybe it's pulling something out of the freezer. That's part of prepping. It might be making sure that I might make a salad or two ahead of time, whether it be a cowboy bean salad or a tuna salad or a chicken salad, something for a quick grab and go type of thing. And then having the supplies ready for something bigger and better. So shop, prep, and make for your foods. So non-negotiables, daily 5, every day, doing these consistent habits every single day. And just like John C. Maxwell said, read, ask questions, listen, write daily, get your mind straight. And I'll tell you, you'll be so much better at accomplishing your health goals or any other goal that you're setting aside for. But the consistency and working through that resistance is key. The question is, are you willing to work through it? If you need help, I work one-on-one with people. I read blood work. I do nutrition response testing. I help with lifestyle skills and lifestyle changing of habits. I also work in a group format. So if you need support, I'd be happy to help you, and reach out. Hopefully this helps. Have a great day.